I want a coffee. I really want a coffee now. Hello, hello, hello. I'm back on track, back to back with you. What are we back to back today on? Coffee today. I did a fast to stop smoking. Now, this fast was 10 years ago, and I did I think it was the maple syrup, cayenne pepper, lemon juice, warm mug of water all day on the first day of not smoking to figure out what my body was craving for real. Now, this was very interesting because I'm going to tell you this much. It wasn't the cigarettes. It wasn't the smoking part that I was craving. So I got up in the morning. I made this, I'm going to call it my detox sip of a liter and sip on it all day. If it was empty, I'd refill it. And by the time it was noon or 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I thought, first of all, I want a coffee. I really want a coffee now. This is the first thing my body told me that it wanted. So I thought, okay, at first I thought, oh, wow, great. It's only coffee. It's a good thing. I only want the coffee. So, hey, isn't that great? I don't want the cigarettes. At least got that marked off of my list, and that was pretty good. I was happy about that situation. And then I thought, okay, I'd really love some scrambled eggs or some bacon. I'd really love something organic animal product. I'd love to have maybe a piece of cheese or something. So that was the second thing I was craving. And I started up with when I knew I was already detoxing enough for that day to not go crazy on cigarettes. Because the first thing I do in the morning was a cup of coffee and cigarettes. Now, this makes sense if you think about it long enough. So I didn't have the cup of coffee and I didn't have the cigarettes. I only had the detox sip. And yeah, I was sipping that all day. I guess sometime in the evening, I would start to want to have a piece of chocolate or something with, sugar. So in this order, products would want to, find my body. I was craving that stuff. At first, I didn't think it was bad until I noticed that I did fail after like 2 years and started smoking again. And I knew this had worked. So I'd do the detox sip many times, and it was always the same thing. The first thing I craved afterwards, after having this jug of detox sip, was the coffee. And so, okay, I thought, guys, coffee could be a little bit addictive, I guess. And yeah, with the years passing, it actually is a fact, or it's said many times. I'm not going to say goodbye to coffee that early yet. Guys, I'm just... coffee stuff, it's just so crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I know. You guys probably want to get up. If you're coffee addicted, I hope it's not midnight. Probably going to get up and get yourself a cup of coffee now, the way I'm just munching on that one. Yeah, so I noticed that the coffee was addictive, and I thought, okay, accept that. As long as you don't start smoking, everything's fine. Coffee is something I'm addicted to. You can be, I can be addicted to coffee. There are a lot of people that say, I'm not addicted to coffee. I can stop coffee for a week. I'm saying, oh my God, you are really amazing. Please teach me how to do that. I can't, or I couldn't, until I started the carnivore diet. And I thought to myself, just leave the coffee away. And I noticed it's still like that. I get a headache by 10 o'clock in the morning if I don't have my coffee. So the steak and butter gal, which I really like to sort of push here because I like her philosophy. If you're not vegan, if you're vegan, that's a whole different story. I tried it, didn't work for me, but to each their own. I'm carnivore. And now I can really drop down a lot on the coffee. It's like out of the carnivore, just have it as a dessert. And so I thought, okay, let me have my first meal and then I'll have that cup of coffee. And that was really great. It works. Yeah, guys. So let's that was my story of the coffee addiction. I mean, is that a bad thing? I don't know. I guess if I have my 2 cups a day, which would be no more than 2 times 200 milliliters, 2 of these, I think I'm good to go. It's okay. And if I can sort of find some point in time where I'll just leave it all together for maybe 30 days, that will be a challenge. I like to try that. But since I'm just now switching into the carnivore diet, I'm going to do that first, and I'm going to see how it goes with that. Yeah, so that was my thoughts on coffee. I think it's very, very intriguing. Coffee is something that we've been drinking for like ages, and I think we can talk about this. Is coffee bad or isn't it bad? I don't even think we're going to figure this out. And this is another one of the things to each their own, you know? Okay, so comment and tell me what you think about coffee and how you use coffee. What does coffee mean to you? And yeah, let's get into that a little more. Let's get into the science of all the things we're talking about. If you haven't, subscribe. Bing! Yeah, see you guys in the future. Stay safe, stay happy.